Hi, everybody. My name is Heather O'Connor. I'm here on the day before I Read Canadian Day to give you some book suggestions. I'm the author of Fast Friends and Amis Instantanés, and also Betting Game. And I'd like to give you some book suggestions on the YA and middle grade front in case you haven't decided what you'd like to read tomorrow. Um, First, I'm going to start with 5 speculative fiction titles. This book here is called Transferal. It's by Kate Blair, and it's a wonderful little morality tale about how to treat people who are economically disadvantaged. And it's set in London, England in the near future. Have you ever wished you could go to Neverland? Well, take a look at Unhooked. It's by Lisa Maxwell. It's a little bit spooky and scary. This is one of my favorite middle grade books. It's called Wicked Nix. It's by Lena Coakley, and it has beautiful maps and illustrations by Jamie Zollers. It's about a little fairy who was left behind by the Queen of the Fairies, and he's causing no end of mischief. This is an absolutely terrific book called The Scorpion Rules by Erin Bow. It's set in the near future, and there is a princess of Canada. This is called The Midnight Bargain. It's by C.L. Polk. It is one of the Canada Reads titles this year, and it's for YA readers. It's really interesting cross between, Downton Abbey and something with magic. It's magic in Downton Abbey. Okay, so now we get to my 4 favorite historical titles. This one is called Greener Grass. It is by Carolyn Pignat. It is the first book of a 3-book series about family immigrating to Canada from Ireland in the potato famine. Here's another interesting story. It's by Alicia Svigny. It's The Lost Scroll of the Physician, and it's the first book in a series. It takes place in Egypt. There's a little bit of magic in it. Here's a neat story about the St. Louis ship that went that carried Jewish people across the ocean during World War II to Hope and back. And it's a really interesting fictional tale about a real life story. I love this story, Factory Girl. It's written by Barbara Greenwood. Excuse me. And like all of her stories, it blends fiction and nonfiction. And tells a lot about what it was like to be a young person working, very young woman working in a factory about 100 years ago. All right, next I have 3 stories that are set in contemporary times. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right. It's Kakavi. It's by Miriam Corner, and it is a fabulous book. If you've ever wanted to know what it's like to go dog sledding, you might want to read this story. It's really good. Another story I really like about going into the wilderness is Everything Beautiful is Not Ruined. It's a YA story, and it was very, very good. This is a sports story for younger readers called Team Fuji. It's It's about a soccer team made up of refugee kids, and my grandson really enjoys it. Okay, now we're down to 2 stories about Indigenous people. So here's one called Mishomi's Book, and it's terrific. It's got all sorts of really interesting facts about the Ojibwe people. I really enjoyed reading it. And here's a graphic novel that's tells about a lot of unknown pieces of history. It's called This Place, and there are a whole pile of stories in there about 150 years of Indigenous history, and you might never have heard these stories. I hadn't heard most of them. And then, because it's Black History Month, I thought I would share this glorious book called The Gospel Truth by Carolyn Pignat. It won the Governor General's Award. And it's written in verse, and it is so wonderful. Anyways, that's my countdown of middle grade and young adult books for I Read Canadian Day. Tune in tomorrow, read a Canadian book for 15 minutes, like people all across Canada. Hope to see you there.